Going to be making a nice simple recipe today. What we're going to be making is baked apples. Now with these baked apples, we're not just going to put them in the oven and roast them up for half an hour. What we're going to do is put some extra little flavours into this apple. First of all, we're going to decore the apple, and then I've got these long cinnamon sticks, and they're going to be poked down where you've decored it, so they're sort of sticking out. Looks really good at the end. Now this part of it is optional, but you know, with one or two of them, I'm actually going to put a little bit of honey on the outside of the apple. I'm going to kind of brush that on, and then just sprinkle them with some nuts. You know, if you've got any old nuts and you want to crush them up, just sprinkle them over the honey and they kind of stick to it. Looks really nice. But again, if you don't like nuts, you can leave the nuts out completely. Also, add a little bit of water, and I've got some crystallised ginger. Going to chop that down a little bit, pop it in where the water is at the bottom, and it gives it a lovely sort of gingery flavour. And then we can just serve it up with that little bit of syrup, crystallised ginger, and you've got a beautiful baked apple. Now what we're going to do first of all is to decore the apple. So let's move two of those out of the way, and I'm just going to pull that little piece off there. Now very carefully, I'm going to use a knife. I mean, if you've got an apple corer, that is much better, but I don't happen to have one of those, so just very carefully go around, sort of twisting it as you go, and try and keep it central, and watch your fingers at the bottom because we don't want them getting hurt. So again, just go at this side here until you're pretty much through, and again just a little bit here as well. The reason I'm going from the top and the bottom is because I don't want the hole to be too big, so that'll do. It doesn't matter if there's a couple of pips in there. So I'll just do that with the other ones, and then once we've sort of done them all, we can just literally poke that in there. So you can see I've cored the apples, all done, and all we're left to do really is to poke in the cinnamon sticks. Simple as that. They fit quite nicely. I can pick those up and they're fairly tight on there. Now what we're now going to do is on two of them, I'm going to actually put a little bit of honey and some nuts. Now with the honey, sometimes you've got runny ones, sometimes you've got thick ones. So I'm just going to put mine, I've got a little bowl of, you know, reasonably hot water just to make it a little bit more liquid if you like, and I'm actually going to sort of brush it on with one of these brushes, but however you can get it on the outside of the apple, that's absolutely fine. Now I'm just going to do two of these with honey. The other one I think I'll just leave plain because you don't have to put the honey on at all. Now I'm just going to get the spoon, got my little brush there, so just pick that up and try and spread it evenly all the way around, because the more you get coated, the more the nuts are going to stick to it. So just work it all the way around, and that's it really. Right, done that one. Just going to do the other one. There you go. I think we've just about done that. Now with the nuts, I'm just going to literally sort of grab those and just try and sprinkle them as much as I can on there really. Try and get them nicely coated. Just try and get as many nuts as you can on there. So it's really, if I do it over the top of that one, it's probably a good idea. So I'm just going to put that one in the actual tray, like so, and just do the same again really. Now I'm just going to pour some water in the bottom of the pan, and if you find over the half an hour it starts to dry out, just add a little bit more, but don't go, you know, over the top. Now also I've got this crystallised ginger that I've actually sort of cut up. I'm just going to drop that in because it'll give it a really lovely flavour, and we can present them at the end with the actual sort of syrup. So I've got my apples all prepared in the tray, a little bit of water and that ginger. Smells nice already. Now what we're going to do is pop it into the oven, temperature wise 190 degrees Celsius, 375 Fahrenheit, gas mark 5, roughly about 25-30 minutes. Now I've been cooking the apples for just about half an hour. Look beautiful, look at that, nice golden colour on the apples. Don't worry about them kind of exploding a little bit because that's fine, you know, when you chop it up, it just means it's nicely done. So let's put that on the table and try one. I'm just going to pull that out of the way. So we're going to just use a little plate there and serve one of these up. I think I'll choose this one. Try and be careful because they are fairly soft. Look at that. And I'm just going to put a little bit of that sort of ginger. I mean, if people want to eat this, it's lovely, the ginger, crystallised ginger. And I'm just going to put some of the juice on top. Just going to tip that up. Just pour some of that juice on there. This juice is beautiful, that nice gingery flavour. Just going to put a little bit more on there. Lovely. So let's just try that and see how it is. And what I'm going to do is, just to show you, I'm going to kind of cut it through there, and you can see, let's take a little bit, get that syrupy flavour in. Try that. Show you that. Looks nice. Smells great. Really nice. Very simple. And you can put a bit of that ginger with it. I love that crystallised ginger. Let's try that. Oh, really nice. So with these baked apples, if you want to serve them with something, a little bit of nice cold ice cream, beautiful. Very simple. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy. Now just before I go, I've got my cinnamon sticks there. Now when I finished doing the apples, I actually washed them off in cold water. I've dried them, and I think we can perfectly use those another day.